Hey everyone, Amber DeLoof here, coming to you live from Maryland. You may also know me as hashtag DeBoss. Super excited to talk to you guys today with Miss Lisa Fuller. If you don't know us, when she hops on, I'll get her added. If you don't know us, we are two top leaders in the industry. We've both spent around the same amount of time in the industry together. She a little less than me. Thank you, Katie. A little less than me, but I started in a party plan. So we've both been in network marketing for pretty close to the same amount of time. Combined, we have made millions in the industry in the last 4 years. Once a week, we come together to train the industry that we both love and adore. And so this week we're talking about, let me get her invited here. Okay, all right. This week we're talking about poaching because, you know, this seems to be a big thing that we talk about in this industry, right? Talk about, hey, Lisa.
Hi.
Oh, your service is iffy. You froze on me already. If you don't know, if this is your first time joining in, Lisa always has technical difficulties for us. So if you are new to the heart of MLM, do me a favor and drop the word new. You already know you're going to get content because 100% will. Let us know by sharing it for us. Getting her added back here. Okay. Let us know by sharing it because you have team members, I am sure, or just people in general who need to see this information. So make sure you're sharing, and are you back?
Try again. We're gonna see.
I mean, it's not an episode of this without you having some sort of technical difficulties. So
No, it wouldn't be right.
So I was telling them this week we're going to talk about something. Yeah, sharing is caring, so make sure you guys are sharing it. Oh, also, if you're catching this live, tell us where you're coming in from. If you're catching the replay, drop me a flame below and let me know. Thanks for sharing, Deidre and Shayna. So just get to sharing because you're going to get content. So I think one of the most overly abused words, oh shoot, let me turn off people trying to join us.
Nobody can join.
I know. I thought that, okay, there we go. All right, let's try this again. So, I think one of the most overly abused words in this industry is the word poached. And so let's talk a little bit about what people think that means, and then let's talk about what it actually means. So, you know, when I hear the word poached, I think about like how I like to eat my eggs, maybe. Sometimes I poach chicken. I can poach all the vegetables. But I've never actually poached a person, even though I've been told that I have. So I thought we should talk about this, right? So I imagine that as a poacher, I get to wear like a funny hat and carry a gun, but it turns out I don't. So I think that people are using the word poach in the wrong way. So in their heads, when you leave a company, you message all the people, you try to take them from wherever they're from. I don't get it. Like I don't get it, but like what do you think of when you think of the word poach, Lisa? I'm grabbing my water.
Well, you know, I love you did that live like a while back where you were like you were killing me the whole live. But here's my thing is poaching makes me think about mindless people. Like you don't have your own train of thought. You can't make your own choices. You can literally be taken, okay? And so my thing is that I don't know about you, but when I've been happy in my business, when I'm making money in my business, when I am secure in my business, anyone in the world could message me right now and I wouldn't even look. I'd be like, nope. I mean, you couldn't poach me because
we're unrecruitable right now.
I'm not looking, right? Like, don't you have to be looking, or don't you have to be unhappy, or don't you have to be poachable? Is that a word? But I mean, seriously, and I think that the biggest thing is that, you know, let's go back here because I think we both talked about this before. When, you know, in another company that we were in, it was always block and delete. You know, if somebody leaves, hurry up and block. Everybody block it because they're going to try to poach your people. They're going to try to steal your people. And here's the thing is that I never worried about that. I never worried about doing that because number one, I knew I was a good leader. You know, I know I'm good to people, and I know that my thought process behind it is if somebody wants to leave, if somebody's that easily, you know, somebody can approach somebody and they're that easily, you know, taken and they leave, it's because it wasn't meant to be. You know, maybe they're not happy and they weren't happy and that wasn't where they were supposed to be. And so for me, it was a lot of worrying for what? What am I going to sit around and worry every day that someone might message one of my team members and that team member might decide to go with another company? Guess what? Then they weren't meant to be with my company. Guess what? Then they couldn't have been that happy. Guess what? Like, hello, but I mean, I was pretty solid in the fact that I had a great team, great leadership, and if somebody didn't want to be there, I don't want them to be there, you know? So if they're that easily swayed, but here's the thing is I agree. I don't want anybody thinking that means it's okay to message people. It's not. Like, that's probably my biggest pet peeve. I cannot stand it when I open my inbox and there's a message there from someone that very well knows. They even start out the message with, I know you're with Lavelle, but would you take a look at this? No, I don't want to take a look at that. Sorry, but I don't want to take a look at it. I mean, that to me, that is cross recruiting. When you very well know someone is with another company and you know that they're working somewhere else, if you message them telling them why your company is so much better and they didn't ask you a thing, you just start messaging them, that's cross recruiting.
She froze again. Okay, so I can hop on where she left off until she hops back unfrozen. So guys, there's a really big difference in cross recruiting and running. Are you there?
I'm back, but go ahead, girl, because I was stopping anyways to let you talk.
So there's a really big difference in this industry between cross recruiting and building your team with integrity. And I think that's one of the most like under trained things in that. So when I left my company, people came with me. Yes, they did, because they loved me, they respected me, they wanted to know where I was going. I didn't send a message and say, dude, I'm leaving, jump ship. Okay, that's not ethical. Okay, I literally just answered questions as they came into my inbox. That's very different. If they came with me, the fact that you or anyone could say that they were poached is really derogatory, because you're saying that they don't have a brain of their own and that they can't make a decision for themselves. I mean, Jesus, I've heard things like it's the year of the poachers. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Like, it means that like your entire company is brainwashed and like we have to poach them? I don't think so. I think that it's a really terrible thing to make. Guys, here's the thing. When you leave certain companies, there's a very cult-like mentality of fear. And we talked about this, I want to say we talked about this our last episode, where there's the scarcity mentality. And so it's block, delete, it is don't talk to them, ignore them, they will poach you. Well, guys, do you know what that makes me want to do? If you tell me not to talk to someone and they're going to poach me, I probably want to talk to them. And I want to be clear here. You know, we are both in a situation where we both make a lot of money, okay? Of course I get prospected a minimum of twice a week. I get prospected for a new opportunity. They're like, I see you do amazing. And I'm like, do you understand how high in my, like, I can't get any higher. Like, you understand that this isn't like I make a couple $100, right? Like, I'm not looking. Okay. And that's not to say, I mean, I felt that way a year and a half ago too. I wasn't looking. But the minute I started to think about it, and I became recruitable. It doesn't make me poachable. I was not poached. And the fact that you would think that I'm brainless enough to be poached and taken to another company is really offensive to me, because you're telling me I don't know anything about business. So I think that there's a big difference. And I think that we've talked about this too. I think there's a right and a wrong way. And the right way is to be who you are on social media, to talk about your excitement. And if they come to you and they ask, fantastic, answer their questions. If they don't, then they're not your prospect, okay? If they don't talk to you first and you go to them, that's where we start to talk about cross-recruiting, and that's where I think you're 100% wrong. And in fact, I'm gonna take it a step further and say that I know certain people aka my ex upline, who likes to do things like get on people's lives and love on them and do all of this fake stuff to show this appreciation toward these people that you didn't know a year ago so that they'll message her. Okay, so even that I consider cross recruiting.
There's shady ways to cross recruit indirectly, like exactly what you're talking about. You know, those little things where you're trying to pop up, in people's feeds. Like, for instance, it's so funny because I was just talking to my upline the other day, and she was like, hey, there's this guy that we were talking about that he's in another company. She said, and all of a sudden, she said, he is commenting on everything of mine. He is liking, he's on my videos, he's talking about how great I am. And he was like, she was like, you don't think? And I'm like,
I do think.
Yeah, I think. Because here's the thing is that it's just a shady way to go, well, what's this person doing? Well, I think I'm going to go here. And so, I mean, here's the deal. Like I said before, if you're grounded and you're happy, and I think I've said this every live that we've done, but I want to reiterate this again. I do not agree with company hopping. I don't think that if you don't make it in a company after 2 months, you should go try another one. No, I think you need to find what works for you. Keep your feet planted. If it's a good comp plan, other people in the company are making money and succeeding. If the company is growing, if it fits all the right things, then you skipping from company to company to company isn't going to make you successful. What makes you successful is finding that thing that you're passionate about. Now stick with it. You've got to be on that 3 to 5 year plan, sometimes longer. You just got to be grounded. With that said, when it comes to cross recruiting, you have to be grounded yourself. You can't be easily swayed, guys, because here's the thing is you're going to get messages from people. People are going to approach you, and they're going to make it sound like their opportunity is the best opportunity on the planet and so much better than the opportunity that you have now, because I've seen it. And I mean, if somebody approaches me, I talk about how mine's the best. I have the best opportunity out there. Amber, I'm sure, says mine's the best opportunity. Everyone says that, okay? There are really great opportunities. The secret sauce is you finding the one that's right for you. And then once you
I'm going to start a GoFundMe for Lisa and her Wi-Fi. I'm just going to do that. She's going to hop back on. So, I think that there is, you have to be happy where you are. You have to be content and really want to be where you are. And if your team is, they're not going to go anywhere either. I mean, without too much of my story, I went through something a few months ago where literally shook me to my dang core. And I was like, oh my gosh, what if people leave? What if they follow? And you have to be secure in your leadership, and you don't worry about things like that necessarily. But, you have to, let me see if Lisa's back. Get her invited back. Okay. There we go. So, I told him I'm setting up a GoFundMe for you and your Wi-Fi and your connection.
I swear it's crazy because I actually thought I'm in my car, and I pay for this amazing car to have the best Wi-Fi. And I thought, okay, I'll hook up to my car Wi-Fi. I don't know what's happening. So anyways, sorry y'all, but it is what it is. So, you were probably talking about something, so go ahead with it. But the only thing I was going to end with when I kind of got cut out with this stupid Wi-Fi was you have to, it's up to you whether you're going to be recruitable or not. And at the end of the day, jumping from company to company is not the answer, okay? But I guess the thing that blows my mind is this. First of all, let's get the term right. Stop saying poach. It's cross recruiting. You can't poach people, just like Amber said, okay?
You can poach an egg.
You can poach an egg. But you can't poach people. And cross recruiting is a real thing. And here's the thing is there's real cross recruiting, and there's people that claim that cross recruiting is happening when it's not. Gosh, I don't know how many times I've had people literally come to me telling me I was cross recruiting, and I'm like, how would you got proof of this? Nobody has ever had proof. I've never messaged a soul in my life. I don't have to. But so first of all, it's cross recruiting. But second of all, what makes me, I think, more sick than anything else is when it happens within your own company. When You have people trying to, because I don't know about you, but in my last business, I actually had people that were telling people, quit and wait and resign under me. Like, I would literally have people do this.
There was actually a top recruiter who went to a few different companies after she left there, that she was doing that in every company she went to. I'm the best coach. I'm the best trainer. You should sign with me. And guys, like that's not a mentality that we all help each other in this industry. That's a very selfish mentality, and selfish mentalities like that get you exactly 0 places. I think that cross-recruiting in your own company is actually bad. We actually just had an issue with a cross-recruiting situation in our company where they were building 2 businesses, and they were trying to bring people like from this business into their new business. And it was pretty ugly. And, you know, that kind of stuff happens. And guys, you can't do that. And you all sign policies and procedures. And I'm not a lawyer, but I am going to say this. Most of your policies and procedures say something really vague, like, when you leave your company, you cannot directly or indirectly recruit. Guys, and Zoe, I'm pleading with this. Look, that wasn't even technical. That was me kicking my freaking, I had to charge my phone, so it's charging. I kicked my cord. Okay, I take the fifth on that one, Zoe. Let me try again. So,
I know, I just saw that. I'm like, oh, wait.
Zoe, I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, so it says you cannot directly or indirectly recruit. Guys, that, I'm not a lawyer, but that doesn't really hold up in court, because directly, sure, you can't directly recruit someone, but WTF is indirectly, okay? And they say indirectly for a reason, because they get to make up
it's so broad,
right? Right. They get to say, well, you can't indirectly recruit, which means, like, I'm literally dealing with a team that came from another company. Sorry, my puppy wants in. I literally have a very small team that came in from another company, and they're getting emails now, not the company I left, emails that are saying, you know, you have to start a new Facebook account because you left our company, or you can't post about this product on your Facebook because you used to talk about our company on your product or on your Facebook. And I was like, can you send me your policies and procedures, please? It doesn't say anything like that. They're like, you signed a thing. No, you didn't. You signed a thing saying you wouldn't directly or indirectly recruit, and your thing also says that you can personally recruit. You're personally recruited. So, like, if you sign someone in your old company and they're your direct recruit, legally you can direct message them and say, dude, I'm leaving, you should go with me. By law, that's okay. But these companies like to put these really scary things out there about poaching, about cross-recruiting. They like to use legal things. They like to use emails, which I think is hilarious, because that is 100% not legal, okay? Even a cease and desist is not a thing that, like, until you've been served, but, like, they use these big, scary things. Companies threaten to sue people. Like, guys, I gotta tell you, if they're threatening to sue you if you leave and sign someone else, dude, you should leave. Okay, because if that's your company, if they are litigious like that, and that's what they do, and they scare the whole world with this fact that they're going to sue people who leave, dude, run. Put in your resignation now, because you're being bullied into staying. Like, don't you understand that that's a very cult-like thing? And they do that so you don't talk to people when you leave. Guys, and we've talked about attraction marketing, like, let people come to you. But I don't know about you, Lisa, but, and it's funny you said that, Susie. She said she got one of those emails and ignored it. Dude, I don't open those emails. So you can't prove I got an email. Okay? Right. But I think one of the big things that Lisa and I, and I know she dealt with it too, when I left the company I left, and, like, guys, drop me a one below if you've ever left the company before. Okay? Just give us some action here. When I left my company, I didn't have time to message people, because people were already going, you left? What's the deal? What is happening? Like, I didn't even have time to sit down and have coffee for, like, a good week, let alone message people. Like, right. What is that? So
I've never reached out to another person. In fact, you know, and here's the thing is that one of the biggest things, I'm probably one of the biggest advocate of cross-recruiting, not advocate, but of not cross-recruiting. I mean, I've done several videos to my team saying it won't be tolerated. I don't care whether it's cross-recruiting outside my company. I don't care if it's cross-recruiting within teams. It won't be tolerated, period. And I don't go for that. Like, there is a billion people in this world, guys. You don't need to just target network marketers. I think it's tacky, and like I said, the last message I want I feel like you don't respect me and this industry at all if you're sending me messages when you know clearly that I'm doing something else. Because if I'm interested in your company or what you're doing and we're friends on Facebook, I'm going to message you. I'm going to say, hey, Amber, tell me all about what you have. I want to know all of it because I'm looking. And guess what? If I do that, Amber, even though she knows I'm in another company, of course she's going to give me information. Amber is not a bad person because I reached out to her first of my own accord. Nobody, convinced me, coerced me, poached me, made me do it, right? They didn't play mind games and go, oh my gosh, you got to message me. This is something I thought and did on my own. And of course, I'm sorry, guys, but there is not a soul, not one of you on here that would go, oh, I'm sorry, Amber, but you know what? You're in another company and I just can't take you.
No. Oh, well, actually, you know what's funny?
Sorry, but every single one of you were praying for an Amber, and you would take her in a heartbeat if she messaged you. Hello?
It's funny because a new tactic I've seen is when someone leaves a company, and guys, this skeezes me out too. Like, I do not like this. When someone leaves a company and you message them and you're like, dude, tell me about your new company. And they're like, oh, I see you're still with X, Y, and Z company. Until you resign from there, I can't speak to you. What? That tells me, like, you should run. If they're asking you to sign something or to resign from where you are, that's telling me that, like, you guys understand that if you resign from your company so you can speak to this person, you understand that you're screwed now, right? Like, you understand that you don't have a choice now. You have to find another company. Like, you understand that that's something that should make you
people shouldn't be living in fear that if they are with a company, okay, I'm going to be honest, y'all. I look at other companies all the time, and it's not because I'm leaving. It's because I want to know the competition. I just like to know what's out there. I like to know the difference between comp plans. I am a customer of so many different, I'm Amber's customer. I'm a customer of many different companies because guess what? You can only get quality, good shit from network marketing companies. Sorry, but it's the truth. Like, seriously. Like, it is the truth. But I like to know, and so I'm inquiring and I want to know those things. I shouldn't be in a company where I'm living in fear that I can't even be a customer for another company. I shouldn't be in a company that I'm living in fear that if I just ask a question, all of a sudden I might be removed from 50 groups and said that I'm not a decent person anymore. And at the end of the day, you guys, red flags are going up everywhere. One of the things that I did see when I was researching other companies, when I was kind of looking at other opportunities before I left my last opportunity, one of the things that I kept running into was a few different articles that said a company is in trouble when they start to sue people. And I thought about that, and I thought, I can't imagine right now my particular company trying to sue anyone if they leave. I don't care if they were a top earner. I can't imagine them doing that. And I think that that's probably because they're growing so much and everything is so awesome. Like, why would they even worry about it? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you guys can't live in fear. And Amber was so right when she said, like, I don't want to be part of a company that's scaring me. Like, that I have to be worried that if I decide one day it's not my cup of tea, then I might, and you're right. In every policies and procedures that I've ever seen, it says that you can talk to your personally enrolled. Anybody you personally enrolled into your business, you are allowed to go to and say, I just want to let you know, I don't want you to find this out in any other way, that I will be leaving. But other than that, guys, if you're reaching out to people and if you're thinking about leaving a company right now and you're reaching out to other people, that's wrong. If you did not enroll them, that is wrong. Guess what? When you leave your company and you come out and they notice you come out, because they'll see it, somebody will tell them, even if there was not Facebook, they're going to find out, okay? So it has nothing to do with that. The people that are interested, that want to know what you're doing, they're going to come to you.
I think that that's the important thing. Like, the integrity, and you guys, she froze. She's like, okay, go. I think the biggest thing is when you leave a company, the number one thing that is put into question is your integrity and your loyalty. You weren't loyal because you left a company. Get the heck out of here. And your integrity is poor because, God forbid, someone signs with you from the company you were in. Those are the top two things that are questioned. And guys, I question a company's integrity when people who are doing it all the right way are getting sued. I've like Lisa said, I've seen in my life in network marketing right now, I have seen 2 lawsuits that personally connected to me somehow. And both of those companies weren't doing all that hot, okay? And they had to start doing something because so many people were leaving, and they had to start saving face, okay? But as far as I'm concerned, if you're not loyal to your 9-to-5 job, then why the hell are you expected to be loyal to your network marketing company? Okay, last I checked, I do what feeds my family, and I think that's important. And so I don't think you can poach people unless you are legit, and it's still not poaching, it's cross recruiting. So like if people could learn how to use words, that would be fantastic. Because I mean, last time I checked, it is in fact illegal to like boil human. I don't know, but like you probably shouldn't do that. I mean, drop me a tubal if you agree with that. We probably shouldn't boil people. So like if you're cross recruiting, and I do believe that's a thing, you know, don't get in people's inboxes unless they ask you. Don't be the person who's like, dude, this girl's good, I want to message her. Do you know why that person is so good at what they're doing? Because they love where they are, because they're happy where they are. And here you are, you're being a homewrecker. Like, you understand that, right? You are coming in and you're literally being a homewrecker. So don't do that. If you want them to use your products, great. And I actually have a side note for Lisa on that. I buy products from all the people. All the people. I'm going to ask that you guys, and guys, I came from a health and wellness company to a health and wellness company, so I'm going to be really real here. I cheated on my company. A week before I left, I tried a weight loss system. 2 weeks before I left, I tried a weight loss system as a customer. I'm just going to say this, guys. If you're using products from other companies, for the love of all that is good and holy, be honest. Like, be honest. Don't try my weight loss system. Drop 50 pounds. And then say, oh, I drank this tea and I lost 50 pounds. Don't do that. Like, I see people who, like, I've been fixing my hair, okay? It's dead. I've been trying to fix it. I've been using my product, and I've also been using a product from another company. When I show my hair, I'm going to give a shout out. Like, don't be a customer of all the products and then lie about your results. And I think that's really important, too. And I know it has nothing to do with poaching, but I just thought it was something I needed to throw out there.
No, you know, if it comes up, we got to talk about it. But no, you're so right. I hate when people do that. It's like, what is wrong with you? Just be honest. You know, not all things are for all the people. And, you know, I mean, you're going to find things that work better for you in different areas. And that's okay. Like, there's just so many taboo things. And I think that's one of the reasons you decided to come together when we decided to do this. It's because it's so taboo for 2 people in 2 different companies to even talk. Like, I'm supposed to hate you. Like, you're supposed to be my competition. Like, most people would go, oh, I will never do a video with Amber because she's successful in another company. And what if my team watches her and they love her and leave? Well, guess what? They weren't meant to be with me then. I mean, they weren't meant to be in my journey. I
had people who were like, is this a good idea? And I'm like, yes. Yes, it is a good idea. Like, I think that it is. I think you guys have people from different companies who get along and who like each other and who truly want to train, because then you guys know that there's no bottom, like, there's no underlying reason. There's no scam or skis. We really just want you guys to see that this industry can be so beautiful, but man, just do it with integrity. You know, be one who works with integrity by not messaging people, but also have integrity enough to not walk around and being like, that person is cross-recruiting, that person is poaching. Like, don't be that person. Don't be the person who tells you to block people. I mean, guys, when I had the issue a few months ago, I didn't go around telling the whole world, block and unfollow. I generally like to let people figure that out on their own. Doesn't take that long to figure out you should block and unfollow.
I wouldn't want a leader telling me who and who I can't talk to, who and who I can't follow. You know, I remember I had an upline before that I was not that fond of, and she ended up leaving and wasn't with the company anymore. But at the end of the day, way before I did, but the thing was, is I wanted to scream through the rooftops. I wanted to tell everyone on my team, stay away, like, oh my gosh, there's nothing of value there. But all that would do is, I think it would have made people way more curious about like, who is this person? But on top of that, I don't want anybody telling me who I can and can't talk to. I'll figure it out on my own, you know, and who I am not inspired by, someone else might be. And who am I to take that away from them, right? I mean, I want you to be inspired by whoever you're inspired by. But, you know, when I was thinking about this cross recruiting and poaching topic, I was thinking about the fact that so many people, you go screaming and throwing your hands in the air as soon as somebody from your team leaves and goes to another company, you immediately say that they were cross recruited. You guys, before, you know, and I don't care what company you're from, like I said, Amber and I do this like as a generic thing for all companies. Before you go screaming that somebody was poached and cross recruited, to find out, like, have proof. I mean, I am cool. If you want to come to me and you want to show me proof where someone on my team, actual proof, screenshots, like I need the proof because I'm not going to go attacking people over hearsay. But if I have proof, you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to go and I'm going to say something. If it's my team, it's going to get fixed. Like, they're going to know this is an issue and it's not going to be dealt with. But don't just throw your hands in the air and say, oh my gosh, could it just be that they didn't want to be there anymore? Could it just be it was their decision? So, you know, first of all, get your facts straight before you start screaming that people were cross-recruited. Because I think that's the biggest thing here, Amber, is I think a lot of people don't understand what it is. They think cross-recruited is if you leave today, your company, and you come and sign with me, I cross-recruited you. No, you guys, cross-recruiting is when you reach out to another person in another company and start pitching their business to them when you fully know that they're in another business. That's cross-recruiting. That's it. That's cross-recruiting. It's not if they reach out to you. Like I said before, there isn't a person alive who wouldn't take myself or Amber if we messaged you. You'd be like, yeah, here's the information. What can I do? I want to sign you up. And we all hope. Who we don't. You know, I hope that, what I hope, because aren't we in, I'm sorry, could I be wrong, but aren't we in the business of building relationships? Isn't that what we're told to do? Aren't we in network marketing, which means building a network? And so during the last 7 years, and you've been in longer, Amber, in this industry, but during the time that we've been in, I hope I have impacted people. I hope I have built a network of people. And I hope that they do decide, if their company isn't right for them, that maybe I'm the person they want to go with. There is not any of you that can speak different. All of you would, in a minute, take somebody amazing. And that's the point in this industry. So to sit and say, if you leave another company, you have to completely get rid of all of those people and no. This is network marketing, y'all. This is building relationships, and that's exactly what I've done for 7 years. And if someone chooses to ask me what I'm doing, I'm going to answer them. They have a mind of their own. They cannot be poached, right? They're people.
Agree. Amanda asked, if we haven't already, can we talk about how to handle conversations when someone is complaining hardcore about their company, but you don't want to bash that company as well? So Amanda, she said, like, you agree, but you don't want to be negative. So I'm going to tell you, here's what happens when we leave our old companies, right? For however long you were with your old company, you wore this like veil of happy, and you didn't see all the negative stuff, okay? And then you leave and your eyes get open and you're like, oh, what was I thinking? I mean, guys, if you've draw me a 4 below if you have seen the live Heard Around the World that I did, that went crazy and it went freaking viral. And I had that moment of where, like, I'm like, okay, I gotta talk about this. Like, I have to talk about, this is a problem. Okay, but, and I had those few weeks where, like, if someone would post something about my ex company, I was like, okay, don't do that. Don't publicly talk bad about your company. And I know we get excited and we get, like, mad and passionate and whatever, but on a public forum, it doesn't look good, guys. Like, we had this key tiny group of people who left our company, not my team, but our company, over the last few months. And there was a new company. And now, anytime someone posts about a product that we have, Lord, they are all over it about how they hated it, how it sucked. And I'm like, you guys look like a-holes. Like, you understand that, right? Like, I don't want to buy your product now because you sold that product, loved that product, hardcore used this product, and now it's garbage. Like, guys, there's a right and a wrong way. So I try to stay off of public forums. I actually don't have anything negative to say about the products of the company I left. They just weren't working for me anymore. But like, you don't see me commenting on people's stuff and being like, dude, that never worked for me. Like, that doesn't, it's not, one, it's not becoming. Two, it's really terrible karma. Like what do they say? Promote what you love, but don't bash what you hate. And so just be nice.
Right.
Like, just ignore those. If they come to you privately,
Well, you don't have
talk about
to
it,
make
go for
something
it.
else.
But on a public forum,
Well, you don't have to make something else horrible for yours to be good. And one of the things I learned really early on in this industry was you don't have to bash something else. You just need to talk about the points of yours. And it's true. If you talk about what you love about the business you're in, if you talk about the high points, the great parts how you get paid and what the products are doing for people, that's going to speak volumes. And you're not going to have to put another company down to do it. It's either going to appeal to the person you're talking to or it's not. But what I can tell you is if you start bashing the company they're with, I would take a step back. If you started bashing something I love, I would go, wait a second, I wouldn't bash your stuff. Why are you bashing my stuff? I don't even know if I'm going to do this yet. I know it would turn me off. So, be careful, you guys. You don't need to talk badly about something else to prove how good something you have is. Just talk about the good points of what you have. I promise it'll shine. But, one of the things you said that I was thinking, oh my gosh, is just that it doesn't matter what company you go to, you're going to lose people. Amber's in an amazing company that is growing and they just lost somebody. I just saw somebody leave under my own downline. I mean, guys, this happens. We're not infallible. I don't care how great your business is, how amazing the comp plan is. People are going to leave. How you react to that is everything. And I can tell you that if you are going to scream and shout about how this person is leaving and how you need to block them on Facebook, you know what you're going to do? You're going to drive your team to go look and see, well, who is that? What are they doing? I actually have had people come to me that had no idea who I was from my previous company that are like, I didn't even know who you were, but everybody kept talking about you, so I had to look you up. And then I started seeing you post and I wanted to know more about this business.
Yep. I mean, thank you guys for talking yourself.
Right.
And, I think there are two things that speak volumes when we're talking about this, right? One is if you talk excitedly about your product, it speaks volumes. They know you're building, they know you're growing, they know you're excited. Two, if all you're doing is bashing the old company, it speaks volumes about how well your business is going too, guys. Like, if you have time to sit around and bash and hop on people's posts, probably not going as well as you think. If you have to, put another company down to build your own, it's really not, it doesn't look good. It's not becoming, and quite frankly, I don't want to be with that.
One thing, though. We just talk about bashing, but there is nothing wrong. Sorry, something's in my contact. There is nothing wrong with comparing. I did it in my last company. I will do it here. If you want to know, if you come to me and specifically say, hey, Lisa, can you explain to me the difference between Company A's comp plan and Company B's comp plan, I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to say, well, here's what I see different. I like this part of this. There's nothing wrong with comparing, guys. That's life. That's you explaining why you feel this is a better comp plan. That's not meaning you're putting something down. And here's what I would say to anybody that would ever cut on products. If you're with a company for 5, 6, 4 years, whatever it is, and you leave and now you're going to cut on the products, you're going to look an a-hole.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you're going to prove to the world that you were just in it for money. Because I was with my company, any company I've ever been with, I was with them because I liked the products. And if I left, it had nothing to do with the products. Just saying.
No. And I think comparing is an important thing because, guys, here's the thing. I might think my company is the best company, and Lisa might think her company is the best company. But here's the thing, guys. Companies are not one size fits all. So, I actually have people who come to me, and actually one of my girls is on here. I'm not going to shout her out. She actually did leave our team the right way and went back to makeup because makeup is where her heart is. And so if you came to me and you said, Amber, I want you to compare these comp plans, and it happens more often than you realize that people see me as someone who gets comp plans, someone who knows the industry, and I will literally look at them and be like, okay, so yeah, okay, this is where ours is really strong, but this is where theirs is good. And sometimes, guys, those comp plans are comparable enough that they're like, okay, great, well, I want to sell makeup. I want to sell weight loss. There's not a one size fits all company. And so sometimes people get into your company and they could be amazing. but it's not the right fit. Or someone could come, I'm working with another leader coming from another company. It's not a lateral move. So we really have no idea what it's going to look like when she gets here. Because like when I made a lateral move, it's easy because we're selling similar products. So like people are like, oh yeah, I can sell that. But if you're coming from like, I don't even know what I would use as an example, like hair care or something, and you were coming to my health and wellness company, we don't know what that looks like. I don't know who's going to come with you. So, you know, everything is not a one size fits all. So I think that like, that's why cross recruiting happens, because someone gets into a company and they're like, this isn't the right fit for me. And so they look somewhere else, guys. You know, to put it plainly, happy couples don't cheat on each other, right? A homewrecker cannot get in between a happy couple. It's the same thing with cross recruiting. It's the same thing. If I was happy with my company, I wouldn't have cheated on it with a weight loss system, but I did. So like that weight loss system was my homewrecker, but guess what? It was because I was open to it. And so it's just, there's such a different thing here. So just guys, be good humans. Don't PM people who you know are in businesses unless they're looking. Okay, build a relationship with them. That way, if eventually they do want to go somewhere else, they like and respect you. But don't be the person who is sleazy and who's in people's inboxes. Like there's enough people in the world without you doing that. You know, my new upline, he was my upline before, but I shifted up to him. He just did a video about how to recruit leaders in the industry, and it was great because the topic was like, oh my God, people are so excited, and he was like, you can't. Okay, you can't recruit someone if they don't want to be recruited. I loved it too because people were like, oh my God, he's teaching people, and I'm like, he's not. Did you watch it? Like, he's not teaching. He's telling you you can't. So, you know, just be, and I think I say this every damn live we do, but like, just be a good human. Like, I don't think that it's that hard in this industry to just be a good human and to just love people and to just work and stop thinking you have to take other people down. You got to like rip their team to shreds. Like, don't be that person. Don't be vindictive.
And don't be the person that if somebody leaves that you don't like them. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. When I first signed up over with my new company, a mutual person that knows both Amber and I signed with me. She was in for maybe a month and a half, and it wasn't working. I mean, she was finding it wasn't working for her. Well, then she went and signed. She came to me, and I'm talking, this girl couldn't have done it any better. She came right to me and was like, Lisa, this just isn't working. She was like, Lisa, this just isn't working. And she said, I'm going to go sign with Amber. And she went and signed with Amber, and she's doing so amazing. And so why I say that is because I didn't block her on Facebook. I didn't delete her. You know what I did? I wished her well, and I've been watching her journey, and I'm happy for her because I don't know, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but the last time I checked, we were all in this industry to help people find their passion. We were all here to help them make money. We were all here to help people change lives. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've made a lot of good friends in this industry, and a lot of them are not with me in my current journey. All I want for them is to find something that changes their life. And when they do, I'm going to be so happy for them. So if you are with or on a team or in a company that's telling you to block and delete friends that you've made, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go hang out with someone for 3 years and their family and get to know them and build a relationship and have a friendship. And then one day if they decide that this business isn't for them, oh, sorry, we're not friends anymore. I have to cut you out of my life completely. I'm sorry, but there's something wrong with that. Like, there's something wrong with that. And look, I'm going to be the first to admit that I did that before. I was following the lead, and I was told to block and delete, and that is what I did, but it never felt right. And what I can tell you guys is that I realized super quickly, I realized really quickly that it wasn't right. It didn't feel right in my gut and in my heart, and I immediately stopped. Long before I left my old company, I stopped that. I stopped the blocking. I stopped the deleting, because you know what? I realized that people are going to leave if they want to leave. There's nothing I can do to prevent that. Not enough blocking, deleting, unfriending. If somebody's not happy, they're going to go someplace else, and that is okay because I just want them to be happy. Like, at the end of the day, that's what I'm here for. And I am never, again, going to be mad at, as long as you do it the right way, I'm never going to be mad at you. You know, but don't think that you're going to leave and then all of a sudden start messaging everybody in my downline. That ain't right either. So just know,
I'm going to put a stop to
like Amber said, a good damn human. When you look in the mirror every day, ask yourself, would I want that done to me? And if the answer is a no, it is that simple, guys. Look in the mirror and say, would I want that done to me? If the answer is no, then don't do it. It's just that easy. That's how you be a good human.
It's simple. Just be good, be nice. Don't do the block. Guys, if they're telling you to block people, it's because they're worried that you have no mind and that you don't have a brain of your own and that you'll follow people. So I think it actually says a lot more about how they think about you than how, like, I think it speaks volumes and they're like, you need to block and delete. They don't think you have a brain. Like, I would be like, please, get out of here. Right. So anyway, so guys, we still have a few other topics that we are tossing around. We're tossing around some leadership stuff, some tax tips. We've got a few things, but if you have anything that you want Lisa and I to talk about that is in this industry, drop it in the comments. If you got value, drop us a heart in the comments. Okay, we do check the comments. And if you haven't already, you know you need to share it because I saw a ton of you who left companies before, so someone else needs to hear this. So, but drop us those comments, drop us those topics.
And this, this is not one company, you all. This happens every day in every company, and I hear it all the time. I just signed somebody that left another company, not one that I was ever with, and to watch her go through what she's going through and the way she's being treated by the people in her ex-company, it is horrific. Like, this is not one company, so don't be getting your, oh, they must be talking about. No, y'all, this is network marketing. It's this industry, and it's why Amber and I are coming together, because we can be better. We can be different. And y'all, you can be better. You can. And I love getting together with Amber every week because I always learn something from her too. And you guys, I mean, it's up to you to share this and get the word out there, because Amber and I are we're pretty darn awesome, but we're a drop in the bucket compared to what we can do if we just reach as many people as possible. It really can. It can change.
Absolutely.
I believe it. Believe here.
Me too. Guys, this industry is my favorite. I always say, it's not the only way, but it's the better way. So, let's keep it safe. Let's keep it happy and nice and not so I hope you guys got value. I hope you guys are sharing it and dropping us some hearts to let you know that you loved it, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
See you next week.